So as I prepare to not only do this inner alchemy retreat, but just as I prepare to step into some new roles in life, I wanted to do a video journal kind of the process, because I think so much of our lives are behind the scenes, and I think when people step into their power and we only see them on the other side, we only see them when they've maybe gained success, we don't really get to see the process of what it's like to overcome a lot of your mental blocks. I grew up in a situation where I felt like I had a lot of creative gifts, and I felt like I loved performing as a child. But during that time frame and, my parents' generation, a lot of focus was on security and financial security and college and education and health insurance and, just all like the survival security aspects of life. And there was only one path at that point. The internet wasn't a thing when I was growing up as a young child. And nowadays, things have changed so much that, a lot of the advice that was given when I was a kid doesn't necessarily apply anymore. It's like we don't have to go to college. We don't have to have an education in the same way. But I think at the same time, there was so much of that drilled into my head that I have always had this fear of not surviving in life. Not that I would actually be homeless or something, but just that I would live a life of mediocrity because I'd either follow the safe path and do something that didn't bring me passion, or I would follow my path and be poor and be living in a van. And the thing is my life has mimicked that side of things a lot more. And ultimately, I realize as I'm planning to lead things that I have a lot of blocks to still work through when it comes to being a leader and feeling competent and feeling like I should be, that what I have to say is worth charging people for. And I deeply believe that, but then there's these blocks on top of it that come from conditioning. And I think when you've been conditioned in a certain way for 20-some years, in order to reverse that conditioning, it takes a long time, sometimes, depending who you are and what kind of scenarios you go through. Because we all know that trauma and shock and crazy stuff in life happens, and sometimes it awakens us really quickly and we bust through all of our blocks in a more aggressive manner because of something we go through. But for a lot of us, it's a slow process that requires our patience and our grace and our understanding. And I think part of the reason I wanted to film some video journals is because I have to be honest about, my insecurities if I'm going to be taking the role of any kind of leader or guide in life. Because it feels like my destiny, it feels like what my soul chose was to be a leader and be a guide in this lifetime, but I'm still feeling that imposter syndrome, I guess you could call it. And the thing is at the end of the day, I am not anything greater than anybody else. That's not why I take leadership roles. I take leadership roles because my soul feels like it was meant to do that. And it's like nothing can stop me from it. Even my insecurities don't stop me from it. And it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle between, wanting to perform or lead and feeling so insecure about it. And then I have to remind myself that I am just a fellow traveler in this life with y'all, I'm just a fellow traveler. I'm a fellow traveler that feels like I have something important to share, and it's changed my life. The stuff that I want to share has changed my life, and I'm here to really work through this emotional journey that we all go on. Like right now for me, I'm in an emotional journey. I'm questioning myself. I'm afraid sometimes. I feel insecure. I feel uncertain. But my purpose is actually to work through this stuff and help other people work through this stuff. And so if I'm not having these struggles, then there's nothing for me to share. So ultimately, this is exactly how it should be going. This is, yeah. But I guess I'm just, because I, posted the retreat a week ago, I feel this insecurity building in me, that I really have to honor and allow, so that I can remember and feel what all of us are feeling, which is that insecurity of, am I doing this right? Am I living my purpose? Am I gonna be able to overcome my insecurities and do the thing that I really feel called to do? And so I'm on that journey too. I'm on the same journey. I just happen to want to guide and lead through that journey. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And I'm going to continue filming and processing through these blocks as we approach the retreat, which is June 21st through the 23rd here in Farmington, Oregon. And I am super excited. Like I'm elated. I'm like, that I share that insecurity on this one side, but on the other side, like this feels like what I'm meant to do. And I think that that's kind of the balance we always have to hold is this like excitement and like knowing what's meant, like what we're meant to do, and then also having that insecurity of, is that what I'm meant to do, or can I pull this off, or are people actually going to feel like there's value in this? But I know there's value in this. I know that in my deepest place, and so I have to continue to follow that, even when things feel insecure, and even when things feel uncertain. And it's interesting because in human design, which I talk about a lot, you are given your life purpose kind of written in a written form. And my life purpose is called, they're called crosses. So mine's called the cross of uncertainty. And so uncertainty is kind of my energy to work with. And so it makes sense that I'm feeling that uncertainty, because it is my purpose. It is my gift to work with uncertainty and bust through that and help other people work through their uncertainty in life. So that's really this is it. What I'm talking about. This is what I'm here for. And so even recording this video is making me feel better. I think just talking about stuff is always helpful, or writing about stuff, or meditating on stuff. So a lot of that is what we're going to be doing at the retreat. And I really can't wait to grow alongside other people in this way. Like I said, I'm not just a guide, I'm also a fellow traveler. So I know that when I lead something, I'm also going to be receiving so much from other people and their gifts. So I can't wait to grow alongside of everybody who is going to attend. I think about you every day, and I meditate on your journey, whoever you are. And I think about like where you might be at, and I want to say I pray for you. I grew up in a Christian home, and I still really believe in the power of prayer, even though it looks different for me now. But I pray for you, and I pray for your strength, and I pray for your your journey, and I pray for your peace, and I pray for your joy, and yeah, all sorts of things. Okay, well, this has been journal number 1, and I can't wait to continue processing through this. And yeah.